Good evening, everyone. Just want to present about uh, arguments in support and against corporate social responsibility. Now, Dr. Josephine, allow me to further discuss about this topic. I would say that corporate social responsibility is a business concern for the welfare of the society. So any business should be responsible for the welfare of the society, and at the same time protect the environment of their hosting communities. And they must have that responsibility to make sure that where they operate, they make any kind of a contribution, either trying to do something that will make a development in terms of maybe social activities. And I just want to continue saying that corporate social responsibility can be sometimes be against different companies that does business, as we have been seeing it around the globe, where they ignore activities that are concerned to concerning the protection of the social welfare of the society, and at the same time of their hosting communities. I will just try to pass through from these these arguments that are against the corporate social responsibility, where I would say that we know that business are owned by the shareholders, and money spent on the corporate social responsibility by managers is the surface of their rightful property of the owners. And that's why you find many businesses are actually trying to be against of spending and investing into corporate social responsibility. At the same time, companies tend to say that they only focus on their success in terms of business, but they don't care about the social welfare of their hosting communities. And another one, it is where you find companies that does business, they only focus on their survival, but they don't just want to care about the hosting communities where they operate their business, but they only focus on profit that they get from their business activities. And also it is a responsibility of the government to deal with social benefit, not business. So you find some companies have been stating that it is not their responsibility, but otherwise it's a responsibility of the government to deal with what you call the social benefit. And that's why you find many companies have been against the corporate social responsibility. And Some companies, they don't care. They only focus on the profit. So they see corporate social responsibility as just a pure small screen. Sometimes they just uh, tend to take the corporate social responsibility as only activity that will make them to be advertised, but when they are not making a real change in terms of contributing to the development of a society. Uh, there is also what you call the cost-benefit analysis, where you find companies are only focusing on what they can get uh, from what they already invested, but they don't want to care about what they can contribute to the society at the same time of their well-being. That's why they just only take corporate social responsibility in terms of bringing that cost-benefit analysis, where they say that if I invest on this particular activity, what should I just get from that activity? So, which finally makes these companies failing to invest and being responsible with the societal development. There is what we call the suboptimal utilization of resources, where you find companies are focusing on money, but they just don't care about protecting the environment. And which finally makes these companies irresponsible of protecting our environment. And that's why we find we have been passing through the issues of climate change around the world. I also want to rate with this case of Volkswagen, where Volkswagen focused on mocking the corporate social responsibility, but focusing on making the profit. And until when the hosting community was trying to be against this company, as you can see, you find people and members of the society, of the hosting society, they get tired and try to say, we cannot accommodate more your rights, but you should change and start focusing on contributing to the welfare of the society. It is a responsibility of any company to make sure that they protect environment from their hosting community, at the same time contributing to other social activities, maybe humanitarian activities and other things that would actually benefit the society. But rather than focusing on only the profits, but without looking what is the consequences that will actually affect the hosting community. In regard to arguments against the corporate social responsibility, when we are reflecting on a Volkswagen activities that are concerned to mocking the corporate social responsibility, I would want to say that if all the companies can be able to take a responsibility of protecting the environment of their hosting community, and at the same time contributing on activities that will bring the social economic development in that particular society. This one can be regarded to be corporate social responsibility. At the same time, we would not take or spend time marshalling the case for, and also spend a little time hearing the case against and considering what should be the response. Also, with reflecting to arguments in support of corporate social responsibility, but focusing on McDonald's as one of the companies that and reputable company which has a record in providing the values and contribution to the society by augmenting its own operations and system. And it is the prime objective and motive of the management and the company heads to drive the company towards the path of the profit. As you can see, when you talk about the McDonald's, has been able to shift in a trend where they focus on producing products, but are now eco-friendly products, which make sure that these products are not harm to the environment. In regard to arguments in support of a corporate social responsibility, McDonald's has able to introduce what we call the Ronald McDonald House Charities, which provide the rooms in a hospital for family members to get some rest and take a break from the business of the hospital and hospital environment, and also get a change of scenery and change of to get some rest in it. Greatly appreciated for those who are stressed or worried, especially in hospital environment. And this is a great activity, and which marks that McDonald's takes a responsibility of actually protecting the environment and at the same time protecting their stakeholders as well as hosting community. With regard with Volkswagen, I would want to say that if CSR activity or corporate social responsibility can be fixed, and also it is possible if the business police themselves, they can avoid government interventions, because government actually has around the world has given much time and freedom for business owners to operate in a safe environment at the same time without any intervention concerning to put the policies that will make sure that these companies, they have to respect what we call the corporate social responsibility. But this can be done individually, can be a responsibility of any company to make sure that they protect environment where they are hosted, at the same time make sure that they build shareholder value by working to solve the social problems, at the same time to greatly contribute for a company to build positive public relations and attract top talent in the industry. So I would say that it is all responsibility of all businesses to make sure that they protect environment where they are operating. At the same time, they make any change in terms of well-being of the members of that society. Same time, protecting environment in terms of reducing pollution, carbon emissions, and other things that will actually make our environment safe. Because we have only one planet, and I think that's the planet we have. We need to protect it at the same time for the future generation. Thank you.